and welcome to Dynamics. So we're going to just go through the syllabus and some information on how the online system is going to work, review the schedule, homework format, quizzes, that kind of stuff. And please, if any of this online stuff gives you trouble, don't hesitate to call me or use the VTAC support. Go to tutoring centers. We'll help you walk through. So it's a slightly new daylight system over the summer. Okay, so who I am, my name is Jamie. Here's my email. If you use the D2L email instead of the Lone Star email, it attaches you to your class, so I can connect like grade books and assessment Dropbox submissions and stuff to your email quicker if you use the D2L email. Also, use your D2L email. If you're using like Gmail or something, it'll go to a spam folder. If you don't hear back from me real quick, send another email, or you can text me. So that's totally fine. If you get stuck on a homework problem, just take a picture of it with your camera and text me the picture of where you're getting stuck, and I can give you some tips to help you through it. Office hours. So I'm going to be over at Atascocita Center in the summer. I have a class there from 6 to 8, Statics and Dynamics, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I'll just hang out after class with people just right there in the classroom in room 139. So yeah, if you want to come by for tutoring or to work in groups, it's just a big computer lab. So come on by and we can work together. The dynamics lecture is Tuesday, Thursday nights, and I think I've told most people you can either work from home, or if something's given you a lot of trouble and it would help to drive in and work with a group of people on it, then yeah, join our class Tuesday, Thursday night, 6 to 8, and class is going to be a combination of lecture. I don't want to talk for 2 hours straight. That's horrible. So just little flirts of an example and then working in groups through the kind of problems that unit has. But yeah, it'd be great to see you if you want to stop by someday. Atascocita Center, it's over on Lake Houston. Let me know if you're not familiar with that building. Our advisor, if you have trouble, transfer questions, if you need to change your schedule around, anything like that, email or call Nicole. If you want to join her text message group, you just put the message at SME2 and you text that to 81010. This is one of those remind message groups. And she emails out stuff like, reminder, this is W Day, or this is ODR, or this is a new scholarship going around. So yeah, get on the text message. She doesn't send you too much stuff, but she sends some kind of fun stuff around. And then if you need to talk to a dean, our dean is, and she's very nice, and she can help you with anything that you're having trouble with too. Okay, recommended books. So there's a bunch of different versions of this textbook out there. There's the combined version, the new version. I guess the 12th edition is now out, but really it doesn't matter what edition you get. There's American edition. There's also an SI edition out there, and the only difference between SI and American are the units in there. So the SI edition only has like meters and millimeters and centimeters and stuff, but I will post the notes, and actually the homework for you guys is not going to be quite out of the book because people just copy the solution manual. So your homework problems are going to be customized and modified from out of the book, and I'll show you the solution manual solutions for what's in the book so that everybody's kind of has the same resources and is on the same page. But if you're a textbook kind of person and it helps you to sit down with an actual book and read through the concepts are the same. They haven't changed since the days of Isaac Newton. So there's not really that much of a difference between the different textbook editions. So yeah, get the cheapest one you can find. And but if you're not, a textbook person, if you're fine just watching YouTube videos and working online, that's fine too. I'll put a couple of copies of these books in the Atascocita library. So if you want to, come to the library, you can't check it out. But it'll be there if you want to flip through it and see what the book is, if it's worth getting or not. Okay, You do need a computer with internet access, so all the YouTube videos and submitting work, so all of your homework is going to be submitted electronically. You will never hand me a piece of paper. So you will keep all of your homework yourself to study off of, and everything you submit will be submitted online into a Dropbox. If you don't have a scanner to scan in handwritten work, just take a picture of it with your phone, and you can turn it in pictures from your phone. And at the end, I think your work is going to be a combination of doing stuff by hand, using some math software, Excel, so it'll be kind of a combination of a bunch of different things, tools that you use for your homework. And the easiest way is just to send in pictures of what you've done using your phone or screenshots, so you can print your screen or use the snipping tool to grab what you need to for what you've done using the internet and other tools on the computer. Calculator, so I don't care what calculator you use. If you have a calculator that does calculus and stuff for you, that would be really great. I will let you use, and I very much encourage you to use math software or a calculator that does calculus, because I don't want you to have to do all that by hand. I'll let you use any calculator you want in the exams. So depending on what software testing centers have, that's the thing. So I'll let you use whatever math software you want on both homework and tests. But depending on what is loaded in the testing center, you'll have to be kind of careful there and know what you're getting into before you go. So if you have, all the math functions that you need on your calculator, that's very convenient to take with you to the testing center. I'll be using Mathematica and a few other different websites, maybe even a little bit on Excel, but it's not really too much of a programming language, so it's similar to just typing something into a calculator, and it's just an easy way to type in equations. Okay. Prerequisites. Statics is a prerequisite for dynamics. Now, depending on what university you're transferring to, like A&M, statics and dynamics are combined into the same course, and so it's not a prereq there. But if you go to other universities like UH, Texas Tech, if they don't see 2301 before 2302, then you get into ABET problems, and they actually will go through your transcript before you graduate and do an audit, and part of that is making sure you have taken classes in the correct order. So if you've taken classes out of order without the prereqs, that jeopardizes your ability to get a certified ABET degree. And it's important that you have an accredited degree at the end of this. So not just for this class, but for all classes, don't try and take stuff out of order, and it's just one of these state mandated things that, if you take differential equations in Cal 3 before you've been through Cal 1, you can see where people would question, well, was that really calculus 3? That doesn't make sense. So just take things in the right order, and that'll save you a lot of grief in the long run. Okay, so this is a 3 credit hour class. We're going to be going through, it's going to feel a bit like physics, builds on foundation of statics, and I'll try and start each new concept with what you hopefully already know from statics and physics. And so we'll start with where you know, and then we'll be building on those concepts. But it's going to be a lot of vector analysis, energy, linear momentum, angular momentum, moments, moment of inertia. And if there's something from previous classes that you need to review, we'll post, YouTubes and some great resources that you can review some of those concepts back from physics and statics if you need to. Okay, so yeah, here's the learning outcomes. These are all listed in your syllabi. If you ever have trouble transferring a course, these are also listed on the syllabus. Bring the SLOs, this is student learning outcomes, for the course you're trying to transfer, and then compare it to the course that the university offers, and you can show course equivalencies by comparing the learning outcomes. So if anybody ever gives you any grief about what transfers and what doesn't, save your syllabi and then go in and defend yourself and say, no, this is the same class. See, we have the exact same learning outcomes, the same textbook, the same course description, blah, blah, blah. So these are another thing that's kind of just across the board. Everybody that takes dynamics is going through these same sorts of outcomes. Okay, so we try and keep it pretty standard with using the same textbook as everybody else and going through the same material as everybody else. For the summer section, because we're going to be going through this so fast and furious, we're only going to do 2 big tests and also quizzes. So instead of having 4 tests, because there's just not enough time to do review and test, that takes up a lot of class time, I'm going to use quizzes. So these are going to be concepts, and each chapter is going to have a quiz. These are unlimited try, multiple choice. They're similar to the EIT and what you're going to be taking if you go into get your PE, professional engineering certification, something like that. So you'll make it through all of these concept quizzes, and that will also prepare you for your EIT, engineering training, if you decide to go that route. And then for the midterm and final, for the midterm, if you absolutely bomb this thing and it's killing you, and I don't want to, come down to 2 tests, that's kind of stressful, I will have multiple versions of the midterm. So if you have to retake this, it'll be a different version of it, different problems, but same material. So I'll give you that little safety blanket that if you need to retake a test to try and get a better grade on it, you can. So at the end, you have to know everything that's in the material, but I will give you multiple chances to prove that you've figured it out. The final is at the end of the semester, so we're kind of at a time crunch there for being able to retake it. If you're trying to get out of here early, so that last week will be just the review and the final exam, and if you need to start trying to take those early, you can. I will give you some extra credit opportunities in here, some quizzes that are bonus quizzes that can help out your exam grade, and also event points. So if you're going to open house events, anything engineering related, and I'll post those events in the news feed on the online page. So keep an eye out for that, and that can kind of take a little bit of the stress out of having to get, a really good grade on the final too. Is just take advantage of those extra credit opportunities, and that'll help you out too. Okay, and then 40%, this will be just standard homework problems that are similar to what's in the book. A project, and this is something I think we spend so much time in the textbook, and at some point you have to take it out of the textbook and do something real with it. So we'll make a very simple mechanical device that will incorporate energy conservation principles, work and energy, and projectile motion. So it's going to be a little projectile motion project where you use something as simple as a mouse trap, a plastic spoon, some duct tape, just stuff that you have around the house, rubber bands, and you're going to see if you can actually apply concepts from class to something real, like a tangible object that you hold in your hand, and can you figure out the spring constant of that rubber band? What's your potential energy? That potential turns to kinetic energy. How does that translate into your trajectory? Can you hit a target? So and as you build that and try and actually apply the equations to something real, that's a whole new, and that's engineering, right? Good in theory, but in practice. And there's a whole chasm between theory and practice that it's good to think through all of the complications that arise when you're dealing with something in the real world. So friction losses, and how accurately can you measure that spring constant, and air drag, and all of these assumptions that you make in the textbook. Well, how accurate are those assumptions? So we'll play around with that project by the end. And then also there's a discussion forum, and it would be really great if you guys participate in that function. So post questions. If you find a really great YouTube video or resource that you think others would appreciate seeing too, I want everybody to kind of have the same resources for this class. So if you find something great, post it so everybody else can use that resource too, and I'll give you participation points for that. Okay, any additional information you have on just standard Lone Star College policies? You can look at all of the student services stuff, ADA veteran, all of that stuff. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions for any of this stuff. We don't have timed tests. You can take as long as you want on tests. And so a lot of this stuff, I think, but yeah, let me know if you have any questions on any of those policies. Okay, so we have a new online system over the summer that is just rolling out the weekend before the semester starts. So it's a little nerve-wracking, but it's not too different. So you're going to sign into Lone Star if you've used this before. It's the same thing. You go to My Lone Star Online, go to D2L Courses, and when you open it up, it's going to look a little different than it did before. First thing you're going to have to do is try and actually find your course. So hopefully you'll be able to hit this little button that says View All Courses, and it'll have, if you've taken other Lone Star College courses, they're all in here. And it's hard to fish out and find the one that's actually from the summer. But if you go up to this little filter and then filter by semester, click on 2018 summer semester, and then hover your cursor over the icon for the course, and you'll get this little 3-dot gizmo. Click on it and then pin it to your start. And that way, every time you open up the online stuff, you won't have like this sea of courses that you have to search through to find the right one. So this will pin it to the start. The order that you pin the courses in, that's kind of the order that it will stay in. So think through what order you want things in before you start pinning a bunch of stuff up there. But that's, yeah, so view all courses, filter by semester, and then pin the course there. And if you have trouble with this new system, use their support center. Use the VTAC support up here. You can chat with them online, or if, yeah, just call me. I mean, I can't get on the course, and that's totally fine. I think sometimes these systems are a bit frustrating. Here's another help resource. I think I posted this to the news feed too, so try that one out as well. Okay, so there's posts. If you go to collaboration, I think it's called collaboration now. Collaboration, discussion, go to introductions, introduce yourself, update your profile picture. If you can get a picture that actually shows people who you are, so you can we can get to know one another, that would be really nice. There's a forum for each of the chapters in the book, so you can post your questions and everything when we get to those units. There's also a forum for events going on in town, everything from just fun summer stuff like Miller Outdoor Theater to any kind of engineering event that'll earn you some extra credit bonus points. So post that in there. And all of your homework and notes and quizzes and everything like that should be under content. You have to scroll all the way down. My scroll wheel was actually missing when I opened this up. I had to go under settings and select view nav bar under the settings to see it all. But everything will be in order under content. Each week, new content area will open up. Homework is due the week after it's assigned. So underneath here, there will be notes and links to videos, the D2L quiz, and the homework. Okay, so just work from the top down, do the homework, course activities, assignments. This is where you submit your homework. So there's assignment folders. They used to be called Dropbox folders. So just go to course activities, assignments, and you can submit to that folder. There's a due date on that folder. And we're going to be going fast and furious, so really try and keep on top of it, because get behind. There's only 6 weeks, and it really is going to go through this material fast. The quizzes will be under the content area. They are also under course activities. So you can get, it's the same quiz in both locations. So either just grab the quiz out of the content or under course locations. Collaboration, if you need email from someone from class trying to form a study group or something, there's emails here, and check your profile and know that everybody in class can see everything you put on your profile. So decide what email you want to use. Just use your Lone Star email, and that's probably good. And then also the discussion forums are there too. So get in the discussions, earn some participation points. And I will be looking to see that everybody is logging on each week, and I can see how much time everybody's spent under each unit and which units are opened up. We're required to report attendance stuff. So log in often, go visit everything under content, turn things in, complete your quizzes. Here's the end of the semester projectile motion competition, and we'll talk about that a little bit more as we get closer. And we actually have the 4th of July holiday happening during this semester, and there'll be a little bit of a vacation and a break in there, and that'll hopefully give everybody some time to put something. And this is, it's not to, you know, make some complicated thing. Keep it simple. Principle will apply here. Make something fun, easy, and the point of it is to actually try out some of these equations and concepts and see if you can get it to work in the real world. Okay, weekly schedule. So read through the notes, watch the videos, take the quiz, complete the homework, and then post a question. So this is the 4 things you'll be doing each week. Time commitment. We're going through this fast. It's a 48 contact hour class. 48 divided by 6 is 8. But that is like how many hours you should spend studying the stuff. And then on top of that is homework. So at least 10 hours a week. It might be a little bit more than 10 hours a week. Think through your work schedule and actually create a schedule for yourself. So find a day of the week that you're going to be doing this stuff with, but make sure you have this much time a week, and you might want to take it over a normal semester if you think that's just not going to be fitting into your schedule this time around. And then attendance, yeah, so please log in and participate online. If I don't see you completing quizzes or turning in homework, I'll worry that maybe you weren't able to navigate the new online system and can't see stuff. So yeah, let me know that you're able to log in. And this is a FAFSA requirement, government requirement. We have to report who's logging in and this kind of thing. So yeah, really block that time in and try not to get behind. Okay, I think that's everything, and please, don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions or get stuck on anything. The sooner the better. Text, email, and use it at class discussion forums, and hope we'll have a little bit of fun in here too. We'll see you online.